I love using centers, and one of the best things I have found for using centers and small group work in my classroom is that if I can make a game or an activity that the students understand really easily into a music theme, it's going to be much more successful than if I have to teach them both the game and the concept. So when I can use maybe a game that they were familiar with and they've used before, they're going to be a lot more successful, a lot faster at the new activity. That doesn't mean I don't use games that I made up or that they have not seen before, but it just means that sometimes, especially at the beginning of using centers in small groups or a new concept, it's really helpful to have something that they already know how to do. So in this video, we're going to talk about how you can use music with the card game War. If you're not familiar, War is a card game where basically typically it's a 2-player, but you could do more players, and you split the deck in half. Each person turns over their card, and whoever has the higher card gets to take both of them. You do this, well, I can show you when we do it for real. So when you do that, eventually somebody ends up with all of the cards and somebody ends up with no cards. Whoever has all the cards is the winner. We're gonna do that, but we're gonna do a musical twist on it, and I actually have 4 different versions that I'm gonna show you to go over 4 different concepts. All of these you can create yourself, or you can purchase ready-made, ready-to-print sets from my TBT shop, Becca's Music Room, because I have already done all of the work for you, because I had this idea the other day and I was like, actually one of you was like, hey, do you have this game? And I was like, no, but I'm about to. And I went a little crazy and made 5 sets. I think it's 5. So you can click the link down below to check out any of the ones that I'm going to showcase here today. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first one that came to me was to use Rhythm War. My older kids have been working a lot on beats and identifying beats and beats per measure and all of that kind of stuff. So this was the first place that my brain went to. So if you're going to play Rhythm War, what you're going to do is you're going to take your deck of cards that have different rhythms on them, and you're going to split them in half, so that, or into however many, you know, people you have in your group. Then each student is going to flip over their cards, and whoever has the longer rhythm wins. So a half rest. I'm saying it backwards in the viewfinder, so I was like, oh my gosh. Half rest is longer than an 8th note. So this person would get to take both of those, and then they put them at the bottom of their pile so that they can flip over the next one. Make sure that the students do not look at their cards as they are using them. The whole point is, I have no idea what this is, but I'm pulling the top card off. This is really helpful to work on beats per measure, and it's a really fun way to do it without, you know, doing the same thing over and over, because we do a lot of composing and we do a lot of, you know, putting rhythms into measures and rolling a measure and those things, and those are all great, but sometimes it's nice to have it a little bit of a different way. This game gets super competitive, so there's your warning, but it is so much fun. So I do this with the level 1 rhythms, where it's just one rhythm on here, so we're just saying, okay, dotted half note gets 3 beats. Or you can also do it with level 2, which is where there are more than one rhythms on one card. So this way we have to now add together how many beats we have total. So this is a little bit trickier when you have more than one rhythm on a card than it is if you have just one rhythm, but it is kind of, you know, if you're looking for differentiation, look, there's your differentiation right there. So Rhythm War is super fun, but you can also do war in music a couple of different ways. Next up is the Staff War. So for treble clef or for bass clef, I have both sets available for whatever it is you're working on. Same kind of thing. You can, I mean, you could also do them all together, but you just split the decks in half, and then the students pull out the top ones, and whoever has the higher note now is going to be the winner. So this person would win because high F is higher than low F, right? Right. So then that person wins, and we would keep going. You can do the treble clef, or you can do the bass clef, or you could even get them both and use them together. This would also, by the way, be really fun for piano students, because War is typically a 2-player game. You can do it with more than 2 players, but it just gets more complicated the more people you have, because then you have more ties. Oh, and by the way, if there's a tie and 2 people have the same amount of rhythms or whatever it is, then you flip again, and whoever wins that one gets all the cards. So we flip once, they tie, we flip again, whoever wins gets all 4 cards that are on the table. You keep going until somebody wins. So that's what happens if you have a tie. But this would be great if you're doing piano lessons or something like that, so that you can, you know, do a fun little activity that works well with 2 people. And finally, I've been doing a lot of work with dynamics lately, and so we have Dynamics War. So same kind of thing, but just if you have, you know, fortissimo is going to be louder than pianissimo, and so whoever has the loudest card in this set would be the winner. Also great for piano students, would be fun for choir or band as well, and these would make really good sub plans if you're looking for something simple to leave for your subs and your students can handle subs, because some students cannot handle subs. But that is a topic for a whole different day. So that's a couple different ways that you can use the card game War in elementary music or in band or choir or piano or whatever you want to do, and make it fun but also teach musical concepts. I like that this has different ways you can play it even though it's still the same concept. The other great thing about games like this that are versatile is that once you teach them how to play, even if they didn't know how to play the game in the first place, now that we know how to play War with rhythm, once I introduced Treble Clef and then we use Treble Clef War, we already know how to play the game. We're just changing the concept. So it makes it a lot easier to focus on the concept that they're working on after they know how to play the game, which is why I suggested in the first place, because some of them will know how to play, but not many, because kids really don't play card games, and it's very sad. I grew up playing a lot of card games because, you know, youth groups, we play card games in youth group. It's like a thing, or it was. I guess we did have phones when I was in youth group, but not like it is now. Okay, so I will leave this link down below if you're looking for a ready to go version, or you can make them yourself. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.